Keep him posted down and make sure that if he gets mad about something, they just go, let's go, and they go work out.
So he don't give them what they really want.
Because he really just wants to hurt somebody.
And that's how they
That's
have
a lot
it.
of anger. That's a lot of darkness.
Every
And then you're releasing these people back into the community.
But y'all
with
gotta
type
keep
of
in
help.
mind.
And
It's
my
a,
son had a job
Yeah.
for almost 9 full years. His boss will take him
So
back as soon as he
basically,
walks
what if
out
we
that door.
get a group together
Works
and
him. He's
go
got
to prison
children
list,
at
write
home
letters for
that he
this
can't
man,
take
let him
care
know we
of.
are his
And that's his
Right.
biggest
How is this helping
thing.
him?
Exactly.
Take care of
Exactly.
his
Me too.
family.
Yeah.
help, you know,
Right.
He's
Right.
not
help,
Right.
help him out.
Absolutely.
You don't think that's purposely? I'm
Absolutely.
sorry.
no, yeah,
People of our color.
that's what this
You
movement
don't
is
think
about.
it's purposely breaking down the, because once you could break down the black family structure, you take that
Exactly.
black man out the house,
Right.
and now you got us depending on the welfare and the child care network.
Absolutely.
And now we're looking at our men like real
We don't need
disrespectful.
you.
We don't even got respect for them. No,
Yeah.
you're. That's why I said it's not broken. It had to be. It was made to be.
Yeah, but it's designed. It's
It's
like
not
like you said. It's
Systematic.
it's systemic. It's a systemic corporation. Like y'all need to understand, it goes back further than what few people recognize. The United States inception is the inception of a corporation. You are a corporation. That's the reason why y'all get all y'all mail in capital letters. They can't use your real name. They got to use your corporate name. So when you get found guilty under this construct, under violations of rules, stipulations, and codes, you're being charged under credit law. That's why they brought all those Jewish survivors down here to reconstruct the financial system, and they took gold out of circulation and start backing money by industry and corporate financing.
And that's why your dollar no longer says American money, it says Federal Reserve.
It's a promissory
It's
note.
an IOU. We are killing ourselves over
Exactly,
IOU.
exactly.
There's no real value behind
It's a
the
promissory
dollar.
note, exactly like she
Your
said.
groceries are
So
more expensive.
Never carry cash.
When
There's
you-
no real value.
when you
behind it.
understand,
A dollar's not even worth a
so when you
dollar.
understand what money's value is, then you'll understand why the system is set up like that to make us fail and go back into incarceration. People view prisons and jails as punishment. That's a bank. Understand what I'm telling you? It's a bank. Every one of you social security number is an account. When you sit there, you generate $44,000 per inmate. You make more money in prison than you do on the street.
For my boyfriend to get 200.
This is why they deny you
If you've been here more than once,
occupational
you
jobs.
take
This is why they deny you employment. This is why they make it so hard when you come from prison to get a job and get back on your feet. Only thing you can do is start your own company like I did. That was the only means of revenue. I started my own renovation company because I couldn't get a job. And y'all can tell I'm well spoken, I'm educated, I'm not a dumb person. I can work anywhere. But they won't give me that opportunity because it's designed for recidivism for me to fail. And when you say systemic, it's not more so about white and black. When you say systemic, it's about haves and have-nots.
Okay. Now.
There's a separation. There's a separation. And when you think of servitude, you think of white people oppressing black people. No, it's bigger than that. It's the haves oppressing the poor. That's why the line of the middle class is disappearing. There's no more middle class. There's the wealthy and the broke. That's why everything is being priced out of reach. That's why your food is so high. That's why your Medicare is so high. That's why your insurance is so high. It's all by design to keep us fighting and scrambling over the same breadcrumb and to cause chaos and discourse to make us not stick together so they can impress us under the rules, stipulation, and regulations to keep us in prison. That's why they want to build this wall. You think they're building this wall to keep Mexico out? No, they building that wall to keep us in. Once they put that wall, then we can't be saved by no nation, no country. The United Nations is not going to come and save us. And when y'all think about what transpired, in Germany, would y'all take a look at what's transpiring in our nation?
Right now?
It's in perpetuation. They are going to kill us by the thousands. They are. Listen, if you don't know nothing about the King James rule,
Fall for the gun laws.
look up the King James rule. If you're in incarceration and there's an attack on U.S. soil, they kill every prisoner.
Yeah.
What?
I don't care if you went there for a traffic violation. You're an enemy of the state. You are under the 13th Amendment. That's why I say we need to abolish the 13th Amendment. You rescind back to the status of a slave. You are not afforded any civil liberties or any protections under the law. And I'm not telling y'all this because I'm making it up. I'm telling you this because in jail for 6.5 years, I read law books. So I'm telling y'all the law. This is why we got to keep our people out. This is why we got to shed light on situations like this. Because they will kill everybody in there, women, pregnant, and all. They will kill them all and get away with it. This is why when they go there, they're brutalized and they're subjected to hardships and brutalities. You're under the 13th Amendment. You are legally properly. You have no rights once incarcerated. I put it right there for y'all to read the 13th Amendment. In the first paragraph, it tells you, once incarcerated or convicted of a crime, you resent to that of the status of a slave. When you become a slave, you are property. You are property to the government. The government can dispose of its property as how it see fit. Look up the definition of property and it tell you. You can destroy your property how you want. So if you property, you have no life. So if they kill you in there, you can't even prosecute them because they're protected by federal protection, the Constitution. And this is why I don't support, this is why I tell people it makes no sense to go vote in some instances because all these people are aware of the Constitution. They swear to an oath of the Constitution. They know everything in the Constitution. You mean to tell me since the inception of the United States of America, they got to. It's part of their oath. No, they don't care. They just said what it is. They don't care. Y'all all are aware of the 13th Amendment. Why haven't none of y'all stood up and said, listen, man, this is wrong. This is absolutely wrong. Why do we make people slaves? How do we make people legally slaves? People think you free because you have no chains and you're not on a plantation. It's a plantation.
Can I add something to that? Down in Georgia, they still have the chain gang. The chain gang is a part of picking the cotton. We're talking in 2019.
I've seen them.
And in Mississippi.
2019 in Mississippi, but don't also in Tennessee. They still have the chain gang. Chain gang is not how Dauphin County inmates go out and they sweep the highway. You want to pick up cotton. You want to see it. And that's part of that 13th Amendment. I just exactly what you said about that.
So you're saying that the people out here are actually picking cotton?
No, there's no cotton plantations here, but in other states,
One of them.
Oh, okay.
In other states.
But here, they got them working in the kitchen for 8 hours a day.
No pay.
But they paying room and board though.
State prison, you get a little bit of a
Yeah, 17 cents, 30
Yeah, but now I don't know. Yeah, but I don't know if y'all know about the state prison. But the average inmate, when they work, you get $30 a month. Who the fuck can live on $30 a month? Your cable bill is $24 or $32 a month. So you don't even make enough money to pay cable after they take taxes out of it. So if you don't have family support in prison, this is why I tell women, no matter what your significant other did to go to prison, support that man because y'all don't understand what transpires in the prison. I did 6.5 years in prison with little to no support because people assumed I had 3 hots in the cot. Do y'all know what the fuck they feed us in there? We can't eat that stuff. Everything's degraded. The food is horrible. GMOs. It makes you sick. The water.
Can I the soybean, right? They're putting soy in prison food, and what soy does to a man's system, it strengthens the estrogen within men.
You can't. Soy was intended. Soy was. This is why I'm on an alkaline diet. Soy is intended for animals, for animal consumption. Humans. Listen. No, not only soy.
Oh no, I know there's more.
Yeah, because they actually put concentrated estrogen in milk. They put it in beef and chicken products. So when y'all running around eating this beef, this is why I no longer eat meat or drink dairy because it turns men feminine. They give these animals estrogen to make them think they're pregnant all year round.
Right.
You think that wasn't going to translate into the food and stuff we
all of it
ingest?
comes down. That's why.
Okay, so when it
girls
goes
are
in,
developing really, really, really early.
Absolutely. This is why young girls are hitting puberty at 7 and 8 years old.
Right.
This is by design. This is listen. Now,
there's something in the food.
but this is how crazier it gets. So now they turning all the men feminine. They masculating a lot of the women because it's a woman empowerment movement. Kick the guy out. You can do both roles, right? Make the guys feminine. But not only that, they took the LGBT movement, used it as a scapegoat to decriminalize pedophilia. Look at it. Look at it. Look at the news feeds. If you look at the news feeds right now, you will find something come down your timeline saying it's a mental sickness. It's a disease. These people need help. They shouldn't be incarcerated for having sex or being attracted to children. How? It's a choice, like using drugs. It's a choice. You can't be a drug addict unless you make a choice to use it.
You know what else was considered as
You see what I'm saying? Now, the reason why we having these drug abuse issues is because the legal drugs that they're distributing to the community are more addictive than the drugs they're buying in the street. But they need people to be on drugs to perpetuate a cycle of recidivism. So you got to have crime and drugs to keep these communities up afloat. That's why when they took coal mining and iron and ore out of circulation as sources of revenue for a community, they replaced it with prison reform. Pennsylvania has 27 state prisons. It has more state prisons than 10 states put together. And that's just in Pennsylvania. We ain't talking about the halfway houses. We're not talking about the juvenile detention centers and everything else.
Which are all
They have
privately
prisons.
owned.
Privately owned by the very judges that are convicting you downtown.
And then, honey, don't forget
Jenny Turgeon?
as well.
Jenny Turgeon? Who you think owns that work release center? Jenny Turgeon. That's hers. Why you think she like putting the men in there and separating the men from the women?
Right.
That's by stop thinking it's not by design. And when they send you here,
personally, Janine and her ex-husband, she despises men because
ain't no doubt, mama. But it's bigger than that. It's bigger than that. See, yeah, but it's not even. It ain't even that. It ain't that she's taking out a black man. It's a source of revenue. This is literally pursuant to the 13th Amendment, legal servitude. Y'all gotta stop thinking small, thinking just about this issue and that issue. No, this is the inception of the United States of America. This is what the United States is. People think we are a free country. No, we're not. We are a republic. We are a republic of Great Britain. Nowhere in the Constitution does it says anything about democracy. Stop being confused and misled about democracy. This is not a democratic state. This is a republic state. We answer to Great Britain. You think you're paying taxes fixing the roads? No, you're not. You're paying taxes to the IRS. The IRS is a privately owned entity by the Rothschilds. So you're actually paying the Rothschilds your money. You're not paying for nothing in the government. So when you're saying you're paying taxes and you're paying for welfare and all this and you're supporting minorities, you're not. You're supporting the Rothschilds campaign to confuse, manipulate, and control and stimulate the economy on the backs of us in servitude. It's bigger than what y'all think.
And don't forget, Pennsylvania is not a state and it's not a part of the United States. It's a commonwealth.
Period.
Commonwealth.
Period.
Just like Great Britain.
And
Period.
I don't want us to lose focus on this because we always talk about the past and the laws in the past. We got Attorney General of the United States right now named William Barr. Bill Barr. He is the most destructive person to us as a people that we could imagine right now. And that's what we need to kind of focus on a little bit more at this point, because there's no way around him. There's really no way around him other than getting him out of office. But at the same time, all of our plights are going to come from that top down. And that top right there is crazy. It's vicious right now at this point. So we need to formulate some type of plan around that as well. Because they're going to start making policies.
Hey, Mom.
And we can be out here chanting all we want to. When them policies are in place.
What are we? What size is this?
Because I was one of them. Because we get uncomfortable coming to stuff like this because we feel like, I don't know about we're not politically literate.
Okay.
And another thing,
Thank you.
They're ready for the next round.
All right, tell them you got shirts for sale.
this is the most medium.
The mediums and small are $10. The large and extra large are $15. All right.
Okay. Miss Michelle, you know I've done a protest before. What broke my heart is
Why don't you take a photo?
nobody came to them.
If anybody want a shirt,
Nobody was willing to do the paperwork. We cannot
What other
do this
shirt?
by ourselves. You know what I mean? We got to be willing to take accountability. We're going to have to put that footwork in. We're going to have to do some research. We're going to have to become politically literate.
but we also got it. We also, one of the issues that we have, is when we speak on real issues, it does affect more African Americans, and because we're saying that we're not being racist, we hear that.
My son and my husband are both black.
You know, we hear this all the time, and they're thinking this is what it is. It's not.
Like we hate
because it's really affecting all of us. But there's levels. You know, right now they're saying that we got 2.5 black men incarcerated right now.
And that's more than small countries.
That's a lot of things that we need to speak on, but we need to get everybody to, and I mean everybody, everybody to the table.
And see,
because that's where everything is going to shift and move. Right now, there's going to be a new shift in this country in the next 2 years. Are we prepared for it? That's the question.
We're not. We're not.
And that's why.
How do you think we can go about, like, okay, so younger, get the younger, how do we get more young? Because I'm noticing
I got a plan for that.
It's a lot of older of us.
Let me tell you what my plan is so far.
Those are the ones we really need to read.
Really quick, let me tell you what I did. Where's my baby at? My baby is somewhere around here. I've been teaching this to her. That right there, that was my baby in high school. I was teaching this to John Harrishaw. And I was blessed to have a supporting team.
Are those shirts for sale?
There's some of the shirts.
In the school.
I got extra large,
and while
small, and
I was teaching
medium.
my babies how to protest, we're talking about Roland. We're talking about Camp Curtin. I was in them schools speaking. Because everything to track to my organization, Hip Hop Education.
That's exactly where I was going. That's exactly where I was going.
Let's go there.
That's exactly where I was
And I'll tell you
going.
one thing, brother. I'm the first hip hop educator in history in the city of Harrisburg. I've been doing this since '99, and I was told this would help. KRS-One told me. He set me down. I'm gonna tell you, sis, it's gonna suck everybody in, and I did it. That's one of my babies right there. Had her since she was in 5th grade. I don't care about you going into prison. I care about you holding yourself accountable. But you got to know the laws. You got to know how to get out here. We're going to be it's going to be a time in our lives we're going to get old. We're going to have to step up. And we, as adults, we got to be respectful to move to the side a little. But we got to guide them.
And that's part of the stuff I was getting into as another facet of this movement. I've been speaking with Mr. Lil Birds and a couple other members of the movement. And what we're going to do, we're going to organize a monthly LP of 6 songs to be dropped every month. And on these songs, we're going to take real issues, real community issues, everything we're affected by, and we're going to put them in music. A lot of the young kids ain't going to go on my page and listen to me speak. A lot of but music is the only universal language other than mathematics. Music.
I already got that type of music out.
Music.
Check me out. I always talk political stuff.
And
then you're going to be a part about it. You're going to be a part of it.
And my son writes lyrics.
Magnifique.
Can I forward them to you? Because
listen, everybody must play a part. Everybody can contribute. There's no you can't do it because everybody has a voice. That's what it's about. That's why every month there's going to be 6 songs. If more people get involved, we're going to have to drop albums every week.
Let me tell y'all
it got to be a movement.
Do y'all let's do hip hop history a little. This is what I've been doing this for 21 years.
Really
well, you're going to have to educate me because
now
I stopped at Tupac.
Who's in their 30s and 40s? So you know
we're supposed to be teaching each other.
Hip hop is about the public enemy and all that.
Yeah.
Now I want y'all to hear something that's going to break everybody's heart. You have different eras in hip hop. The golden era stopped it. Now I just want y'all to know in 1985. Okay, and I actually did a literature. Me, KRS-One, and before he passed away, Master J. Brother, I worked for the foundation over 13 years. So let me tell you something that's going to break your heart and why it's important to tap into our hip hop and why we've been out there and we've been kicking the ass. So it's not about us old school as Matator. It's really not about that. The shortest era in hip hop was the revolutionary era. It was from 86 to 89. The reason is you have Public Enemy, KRS-One, X-Clan. Not yet. You had Rakim. Rakim was telling us about
Scarface. Don't leave Scarface.
Not yet, brother.
Scarface?
Not yet. Scarface.
Not yet. Not
yet.
the era she talking about.
Yeah.
You talking about from 86 to 89, because KRS-One is talking about Black Cobb, while Rakim was telling us how to be gods. You had X-Clan.
Knowledge is South, get it.
Preach.
You had, not yet, you had the native tongues
Yeah,
that brought in the brand new. My uncle created the native tongue. My uncle's Red Alert. That's my uncle.
I don't really
So you had all this going on. It was powerful from 86 to 89 with the highest arrests and the low crime rate. I was trying to think of that. It was teaching us about self.
Yeah.
And what happened is that our white brothers came in, we like, they're down with it. So we all started revolutionizing. So they gave us NWA, and they gave us crack, and they gave us all this shit.
Right.
And
we
that's
fell for
exactly what happened.
They changed the dialogue.
We fell for it.
And then they started a movement against gangster rap after they perpetuated the gangster rap
and
to
that's
raise the
just like
crime
that's
rate.
just like the crack scene.
Right.
Remember the crack scene when was it
Now
Nancy
let's fix it the way you
Nancy
wanna fix it.
Reagan?
Right.
Nancy
Right.
Reagan came on was saying, you know,
Crack is whack.
or something like that. It was all a setup.
In the DARE program.
We had the lowest crime around that time.
Right.
But we had the highest arrest because we were protesting.
Right.
We were protesting for education,
Exactly.
for the prison reform.
Exactly.
When all this was going down back then.
There was no self-destruction at that moment?
Not at all. No, sir. I taught about
I was so young. I was so
I
young.
actually did a class on that. And then, wait a minute. Self-destruction came in, and then the West Coast gave you their self-destruction. And then at that time, there was a fight going on. See, a lot of people didn't know that. You had the underground, forget you had your Lords in the Underground. You had your Lords in the Underground. You had your Wu-Tang. But then on this side, you had your NWA, which they was rising NWA on the radio, and they threw all of them off the radio.
Right.
That's exactly what happened. I'm telling y'all. So what you said about music, the music, you have to read the code of mind.
Right.
Because is more niggerism, and they're loving us to be on some niggerism shit. That's why we're hurting each other. At the end of the day, they using that to keep us.
Yeah. You see us.
We here.
What about the
And that's why you'll get rappers that go in there and talk about drug abuse, women abuse, violence against each other. That's why you get that, because they want to perpetuate that same scenario for recidivism.
So
the big money maker.
And it's not about, and I'm saying this again.
They use us against us.
It's not about us old school hating your music. It's about what they're doing to re-decode the mind. Certain beats can sit there and reshift your shit.
Now we get into levels. Them beats and them frequencies.
I've been there since she can tell you. I was an employee of Def Jam Records. I've been there. I was an intern at Epic Records. I've been there. I know what they're doing. And then my mother said, "You gonna get your ass on out of there. You gonna start your own movement."
Hey,
and that's exactly what she did.
Show them the petitions.
Working the record companies and stuff, they heavy investors into prison. They getting you both ways. They getting you both ways.
Thank you.
That's why
Exactly.
I ain't hating on the young folks.
Me neither.
But that's why they putting out these little dumbass people that's giving you these stupid messages. See, there's a lot of positive MCs out here. But we don't get no promotion because we not saying what they want to hear.
But
You both ways.
But-
Listen to that stupid hip hop telling you to do dumb things. Then they lock you up, and guess what? You can get a radio in there too. And guess what? You listen to the dumb stuff that got you in there.
Disrespect
But
to
you know-
anybody. Not real quick, but I just want to say no disrespect to anybody. When all this was going on, right? Your boy ain't said Rocky. Okay? He said what he said.
he's a lame.
And the sad part is we still fought for him, but your boy Trump did an undercut and said, I'm going to get him out. He did that.
He's poster boy now. That's a poster boy. We sell out for money too easy, man. We sell out for money too easy. I can't be bought. My soul ain't for sale.
No, we
I don't
sell
care
out
what
for
a
money
record
and
label
fame.
offer me.
We
You
sell
not
out for
gonna
money
get
and
me to poison
fame.
my people.
But
Exactly.
you gotta understand
But
when
sadly to say, if they give you $3.5 million for 10 years, the dumb person don't understand that.
Right. But me
that's what
myself,
they
my
were
pride
doing.
and integrity, I done got
Thank you,
fired
bro,
off
for
of plenty of jobs around. Ask any job or employment agency up here how many times they done fired Mark Brown for the stuff that he said at work. Because you can't buy me. I don't care about your money.
And that's and that right there, it all
Can't
sets
buy
the
me,
tone
man.
for help them to go back there.
You go there, you let these dudes talk to you any old type of way, but you go home and talk to your queen like a nut. You know, wash your dirty drawers, but you letting this white man, or whoever the man might be, then they tell you what to do with your wife love your dirty stinking drawers. But you go home and talk to her like she ain't nothing, but you let this man talk to you any type of way because he paying you.
And sadly to say, even our
Excuse
own
my
people
language,
is
fuck
doing
your
that.
money. I don't need your money, I need my respect.
Say that again.
I need my respect. I don't need your money. Yeah.
Exactly. I hear you. I'm telling y'all. I'm telling y'all.
What happened to the people like you? Right. So okay, so I'm like, I got something I can tell. I'm 31, so I'm still kind of.
That's what I'm here on that.
Okay, so here we are with it. It seems like what happened to the people like you, Miss Michelle? Like where are they at? Where is the older generation coming? No, they're not holding up. They're scared to correct. What happened to the people that out-correct
I write and stuff, but
I don't know your child. No, they out-correct.
he does the music. He makes music. He's the man to talk to.
And my daughter be like, Mom, don't say nothing. No, I am. Please. But you know, I'm going to love you later, though. Oh, yeah. I'm going to love you later. And the thing about it is, those kids respect you for that. Because they know you care.
They know you
care. And the ones that don't say nothing. Yeah.
That's why I said, because they think nobody give a fuck.
Because let me tell you, I know my one dude, he's not the best thing on this earth, but that's my baby. But that's not my baby because he's my baby. He's my baby because I don't understand the picture. But I'm still going to.
But I'm enjoying this dialogue. This is what community is about. This is beautiful.
That's right.
And how rare is it to see so many strong queens?
Right. And that's another thing too, man. The queens be standing up way more than the brothers, man. Brothers all gangster and all that. All these sisters
They supporters.
on the front line.
When I was here last week, I had 4 women and 2 dudes.
Talk about these people right here. Look at all these
Sisters is strong, man. That's why I rock with my sister. That's why I don't care what you doing in life, what that man say about you.
But you know why? Do you know why it's like this? Because y'all always got to be a symbol of strength. We're in prison. We're being incarcerated. We're being murdered. Y'all have to be the symbol of strength. But what y'all need to understand, the more women come out, the more men shall follow. It's with everything. Men go buy cars and get dressed and get fly for y'all. They don't get it for themselves. So it's the same mentality. The more y'all show up, the more men gonna show up. This is why I knew this was a movement for women first. Because y'all are here nurturing the children. Y'all are the educators of our children. Y'all teach our children life skills. We can't do it without y'all. This is why y'all are the goddesses of the planet.
See, and that's another issue. She's right. We forgot our roles because we've been in a position of playing everybody's role. Exactly. Yeah. Because I tell you one thing. Even I have a movement called the Zulu Brats. They will tell you. Mr. Kim's son was a part of it. I had 140 kids. Most of them were black boys. I couldn't get a black man to go in there to help me talk to my kids. I shouldn't have to call the Zulu Nation from New York to do it because we're not serving New York. We're serving here. Exactly. Yes. Exactly. Wow. I mean, since for years. Exactly.
But you have it now, though.
I'm
here.
Good. I mean,
I'm here.
140, we lost 1 to gun violence, and we lost 4 to the prison system. I did good.
You did very well. It takes a village to raise a child, right? But if the village is full of cowards, and if the village is full of corrupt minds, we're gonna end up burning that thing down. Exactly. It's so much.
If you look at my page and see when I make posts and I talk about political issues or issues that are current events and things like that, I'm more antagonized and opposed by my own people than any other people on my page. Like I argue. I don't even argue. I don't even argue. They be arguing, but I try to use intellect and rationale. And I just be like, well, I understand your point, which I do, but I'm aware I can't argue with a fool. I'm not a fool. But in the same token, they will challenge everything you say. Even if I go and show them, listen, this is what the law book says. I'm telling you the truth. I'm trying to help you.
And then they'll look on Google something that somebody wrote to oppose us.
Why you think? It hurts to hear that.
No, because if y'all are not aware, there's this guy from the 1800s or 1700s, Willie Lynch.
Yes, sir.
What Willie Lynch did to our people and to our culture still perpetuates today. And when you go home, hop in your phones and Google Willie Lynch. And Willie Lynch will tell you how to break a slave. And when you look at it, when you listen to everything or read everything he's saying, and then go look out your window or turn on the TV and see that playing out today, you're going to see and understand what I mean by systemic racism. The reason why our brothers are killing each other and hate one another, it's by design. And what you need to understand about hatred, inequality, and oppression, all those things are systemically passed down. You can inherit pain from your relatives. Stop thinking you can't. Energy transcends. Energy does not die. It does not stop. When a child is born, they inherit the energy from the earth to give them life in the spirit form. Your spirit form transcends and travels. That's why when you sleep, you astro travel. You wake up and say you had an epiphany or you had a deja vu. That's not what that is. That's you and your body, your physical form, sleep. Recharging and regenerate while your spirit form, which never dies, is traveling and communicating with other like spirits. And listen, it's not hard to understand. It's not hard to understand. If you can't comprehend what I'm saying on that level, how can you ever comprehend about a spirit of Jesus and the Holy Spirit and the Holy Trinity? They're speaking the same terminology, only they put it on a man, a physical form. God is not a physical form, he's a spiritual form. He has no identity. You can't put a man on him or a shell on him. Your energy is transcended. Once you understand energy and understand how your energy affects other people, anything you think, as a man thinketh, he so shall be. Anything you think and speak, you can speak to in existence. If you ever say something about somebody, man, I can't stand that bitch, she get on my nerves, and then she walk past you, why do you think that is? That's not coincidence. You spoke that into fruition. That's with anything. You having financial problems, as you think you so shall be. You can bring it to fruition. Your mind is so powerful. For instance, 2016, I broke both of my legs in a car accident. I was told by doctors I wouldn't walk for 6 months. I was told I'm gonna be in pain. I was told I need metal on my legs. I was told I'm gonna need crutches and a cane and all that. I told myself I'm gonna walk. Guess how long it took me to start walking? Just guess. Anybody guess? 3. I started walking in a week.
Wow.
With broken legs, bones still sticking out, walking. Made myself walk. They told me I was gonna never do construction again. I do construction. They told me I would never be able to run and jump again. I can run and jump and play basketball with anybody. What I'm telling you is my mind is so strong, I can perpetuate change in my life any way, shape, or form. I can eliminate people from my life. I can draw people into my life. Y'all are here because I spoke it into existence. Y'all listen to me because y'all spoke it into existence. All y'all laid down in y'all beds and said, I wish we had somebody to lead. I wish we had somebody powerful to stand up for us. Here I am. Here I am. Trust me.
Can I touch a few? I think when you were speaking about God, I think the reason why the spirituality is dead in a lot of our communities is because we keep trying to separate ourselves from God. We keep forgetting that we are a part of that. If only we are just mere stardust, we are separating ourselves from that God factor, and we're not really tuning in. So we're losing ourselves. If you lose yourself spiritually,
you lose yourself physically.
You're done. Because if you're broken mentally, because they're already breaking us mentally, and then they broke us emotionally, spiritually, how is it that you don't have financial lack and financial brokenness? You get what I'm trying to say? So we gotta check off, because we don't really talk about self-care enough. We don't include spirituality into self-care. We say, oh yeah, self-care is, girl, get a facial, get in a bubble bath, but we're not addressing the spiritual part of that self-care. We're not, I think we're spiritually retarded and politically illiterate. And that is what's holding us back from making any real progress.
And that's why that saying came, you want to hide something from a nigga, you put it in the book. That has relevance today. And a lot of people don't understand that.
Please repeat that.
If you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in the book. Pardon my French, because I don't like saying nigga. But for instance, I was at Dauphin County Prison for like a year and a half. They put me in a hole because I was helping illiterate young juveniles fight their cases because they didn't understand the law. Most people don't. They wrote it in Latin for a reason. They put it in the dead language because they expected us not to learn it, and they taught us English. That was one way they deceived us. And then they give you these law libraries that are insufficient in comparison to what you need to fight a case. Lawyers and legal representation and public defenders and district attorneys have a plethora of books and information to help keep you in prison. They give you limited information in here. But when they seen I freed 3 people under the Rule 1100, which means if you are in confinement 365 days a year without having a trial and or hearing, you are subjected to presidential freedom and clear of your conviction. So by doing that, I freed 3 people, 2 of them that was under murder convictions and 2 of them that had a drug conviction. When they found out I freed them, They made some bogus write-up, said I was influencing, controlling the prison, and took me to the hole and kept me in solitary.
You was a problem.
And put me in solitary for a year.
Mm-hmm.
Now, while in solitary, my son passed away. They denied me his funeral. They was letting murderers go to funerals. They wouldn't let me go to a funeral. They said I was a flight risk. They said I was a flight risk for a nonviolent offense. I had a drug conviction. You see what I'm saying? But this is what I mean by systemic. If you intelligent, they hate them guards know who the hell I am. Right. Know how I know who they know who I am. They see me at Walmart, they see me out and about, they duck their head and leave their whole fucking shopping cart. I'm not your enemy.
Right.
But you know what you done. You gotta live with what you done.
Right.
You know what you were doing to these people in here. You gotta live with that. You gotta answer for that. I'm justified in my acts.
Exactly.
Listen, I read this book called Colorblind by Ellis Coates, and one of the key things he said in his book, if a conscious mind is incapable of spreading consciousness beyond himself, then what hope is there for our future? And with that being said, if I have information or knowledge that can help another brother and I don't share that, I'm a conspirator in his demise and his oppression.
Right.
That's why I help people.
Exactly.
That's why I'm out here doing what I'm doing.
Right.
I don't let my experiences dictate who I am as a man.
Right.
Yes, I sold drugs. Yes, I've shot people and broke the law. I did a bunch of ignorant things in my life.
Right.
But I learned from it.
Exactly.
I found out who my enemy was.
Right.
And it's not my people. It's not the people standing here. And I'm not talking about skin color. I'm talking about people.
Right. Exactly.
That's why it's imperative that we unify.
Right.
That's why it's
Exactly.
imperative that voices be heard.
Right.
That's why the slogan is voices for the voiceless.
Exactly.
We shall be heard. We're not going to forget about you because you in bondage.
Right.
We're not going to forget about you if you in the ground.
Right.
We're not going to forget about you if you in college, if you whatever you're doing in life.
Right.
Your voice shall be heard.
Exactly.
If you suffer from any brutality or oppression,
Right.
we shall speak for you because that's what we're supposed to do.
Exactly.
That's the only way they're going to recognize our movement if we are
Exactly.
vocal and we speak up.
Right.
That's why we have a petition system.
Right.
From the petition, we have civil suit. From civil suit, we have litigation and policy. From litigation and policy, we have prison reform. That's the standard. That's how everything goes. It's the same way in the prison. You got the grievance process. You got the everything is contractual law. That's why I was talking about the UCC when I was talking about under the code that we are under, credit law. That's why you got to do everything by contract. That's why there's checks and balances and steps. If you void any step, your argument is insufficient. You can't use it. You got to go every step.
Right.
Once you cross all your T's and dot all your I's, you an unstoppable force. They don't expect a person like me to come out here and be like that.
Right.
When they was doing the interview, they didn't expect me to be intelligent.
Right.
They expected me to be some thug, ex-con with no common sense.
Right.
I'm not that. I'm a God.
Exactly.
You're going to feel it.
Exactly.
Everything I say, everything I do, you're going to know I'm a God.
Right.
That's why I have 5,000 followers.
Right.
That's why anything I touch turns to gold.
Right.
You
Exactly.
see what I'm
I
saying?
couldn't friend him either.
Exactly.
But
I was like, well,
you did a step better. Y'all doing a step better. Y'all here in the flesh.
Right.
Not many people get to meet me in the flesh. I am real choosy about who I let into my circle because I inherit y'all energy. And if your energy's off, I can't use you.
Exactly. Right.
But what I'm saying is, I speak for y'all as y'all speak for me.
Right.
Y'all are welcome to call me, communicate with me. Come to my house, sit down and have a cup of tea. I am a reachable person. I am a loving and respectful person. No matter how they try to slander me, no matter how people talk about me and try to degrade me, I know who I am.
Right.
We got to know who we are. We got to love each other. It's imperative that we unite.
Yes.
It's important.
Yes.
They want us to not unite. If we unify, do y'all understand and know how strong we will be?
Exactly.
They got us thinking we are the minority. No, we are the majority.
Right.
When they invaded and they colonized the United States of America, it was 30 million Aborigines here. What y'all call the Native Americans are not the Native Americans. They are the grafting of the Native Americans. The Native Americans have skin as black as steel.
That's right.
Hair of wool. That's what they speak about in the Bible. These are the people that built the Mayan civilizations. They were black Aborigine Indians.
Right.
The blacker you dig in America, the deeper you dig in America, the deeper you dig in Africa, the deeper you dig in Europe, Australia, and anywhere else on this planet, you know what happens? The blacker the artifacts get.
That's
the truth. If any of y'all take, we're not black. We're actually we're actually carbon-based Aborigines. We should be referring to each other as Aborigines, not black. Black is a concept. But in the same token,
the first time I heard that.
but and what I'm trying to tell y'all, and
something when they say black and the way they're using black right now, any one of us claiming we're black, we're automatically saying we're lower than them.
Absolutely.
Automatic.
Black ball, black male.
As soon as you say you're black, you're putting yourself in this box to where you're a lower class citizen.
But
we have to eliminate that. We're not black.
We're
all
Aborigine.
Of us are one. You feel me? And I mean every last one of us. If we want to consider ourselves this black box they call us, every last one of us come from. Every fucking, excuse my language. I don't know.
Nah, you being passionate, bro.
Than everybody else.
And the thing about it is, our identity has always changed over the years, from Negro to color to black,
African American and all that.
But if somebody else
but how do you define? And see, this is why they do that, right? This is why they do it, and it's generational. This is how they do it, because they're trying to confuse us and separate us from our history. But in the same token, they acknowledge us as the gods we are, because they know from the black seed you can create any race on this planet. You can't take no other species or race or grafted race of people on this planet and create the black man.
Right, exactly.
That's why our melanin comes in all these different variations and colors. That's why our hair comes in all these different textures. That's why everything about us is universal. You understand? And see, what they fail to tell us and what they fail to enlighten us about is the white race came in existence 5,000 to 6,000 years ago. They were grafted people from Africa. They were outcast to the Caucasus Mountains. That's how they got the word Caucasian. You see what I'm saying? Now, they will get you to believe that they've been here since the beginning of time, but DNA would tell you. If you go back and you date DNA and you look at how DNA evolved, it would give you a time frame in which they entered the planet. Now, white people are actually black people. They don't want you to know that, but they're black people. If you search any white person's DNA, you're going to get some black DNA. Period.
Exactly.
Period.
And you know what? And if you go in my family tree, it all goes to Ireland, Wales, Scotland, and Norse, like the Vikings. But then there is that.
Yeah, but you got to understand all them different, all them geographical locations they just mentioned are black locations. We populated the planet. So if you're saying you come from Wales and all these different European places, when you date back and you look at artifacts, the first people that inhabited that land is black people. We were the first to have blonde hair and blue eyes.
My grandmother could look like you. She was from Ireland. She's called the Dark Irish.
I love my brother.
That's my
I love my brother. I'm telling you.
I got brother. I got grandpa.
And if you look at religion, you look at anything derived from our presence, it's called separation. They separate us by class, they separate us by religion, they separate us by wealth, they separate us by geographical location. They do that for a reason. If you're separate, it's easier to control. If you unite, I'm overpowered. I can't control everyone. That's what we need to understand. This is why it's just as important to have white people, Hispanic people, and black people out here as any. Because we all the same. We all are connected one way or another. We gotta get past this notion that we don't want the help of white people. We don't want the help of. No, we need everybody's help because this is a community issue. We gotta stop thinking.
We need everybody's help, but it's another fight we up against, and the other fight that we up against. We gotta realize how these people came into power and what they did with their power. You feel me? How they came into power is they took advantage of a specific people that he's talking about. They ran into a piece of land that there was no government. They had free opportunity and free reign to do what they wanted to do. They made jurisdictions on people that they ain't got no business making jurisdictions on. They ain't got no fucking right to. You feel me? And they done won wars, then they crafted the world of how they wanted to craft it. Spiritually, religiously, all types of ways. They got all the laboratories you can think of. We have none. Nothing comes from an African teaching or...
We don't create handcuffs.
We don't even come from that culture. We come from a culture where there is no jail cells. There is no guns. There is no goddamn fucking chains. There's none of this shit. These so-called Indians that they ran into, this is why they were so they didn't see a white person when they came to them. They didn't see them for being goddamn white. When they seen them as people. So they invited them into their home and said, come on, Thanksgiving, motherfuckers, or whatever the fuck that was. But these people got to put in place, they came with a different teaching, a teaching to where they was colonizing people. They came over here and seen free opportunity. They did this shit over here. The fight we came up against is that they came up off of our labor as black people. They targeted a specific people. That's the shit we got to get to, and this is why we can't forget slavery. They keep telling us to forget about that shit. We can't forget about it because we still here. We never left. This is why that shit's right there. They have no jurisdiction for that shit. This is why I'm all with it. I'm here.
What's wrong?
You're welcome. You need some water. It's water right here as well.
Oh, okay. Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
They don't have jurisdiction in prison. No one. If we want to hold ourselves accountable, we can hold ourselves accountable. We don't want something in our neighborhood, we have to kick it the fuck out of our neighborhood. We don't need to impose our wills and our beliefs or anything else upon anyone else. Every fucking man has a right to do what they want to do out here. As long as they ain't imposing their will and rights on someone else.
I couldn't believe it. I'm like, yep, that's me.
We already know what they did. We know where they come from.
Oh yeah,
We're
I
trying to
did
convince
see. I
some
did.
people that we know who they are to be something that they're not. It's not going to happen. We have to get the fuck away from it. This is the flat out fucking truth that we don't want to
It's like keep
realize.
going to somebody who's committed to misunderstanding you.
You're trying to make me love.
I give him thick floor.
Listen, this is what their laws is written on. This is what their constitution is written on. So when they even go back to their state Supreme Courts or federal Supreme Courts or whatever, they're still going back to this Constitution. This is not our Constitution. This Constitution has nothing to do with us. But this is the shit that's laying jurisdiction on everybody. This is the shit that got your kids sitting in there. This is the shit that's leading everybody to where we're at right now.
Yeah.
This is where I'm at with y'all. I'm going to be here every week. I'm coming with something different. I'm hoping everybody can wake up to where we can see. Organization is first. You have to organize.
This is the realest church
Hey,
session I've ever had.
And I'm bringing the Latino flavor next week with me.
not to cut you off. We have Cole Goodman here. He wants to say a few words.
Hi, Cole.
He said let you know he's here for the cause, he's here for the people. And
Well, you know I'm spiritual with it. I don't know about them glasses. I gotta see your eyes.
There we go. There we go.
Yes, yes, you did. You know how. Yeah.
I just wanted to come off the campaign trail. My name's Cole Goodman. I'm running for Dauphin County Recorder of Deeds. I'm the youngest candidate in the on the whole slate, as well as I'm the only African American candidate on the Democratic slate and opposed on the Republican slate. I will keep this short. Dauphin County government is broken. It is broken. We've had people in office for 20, 25 years who have not, excuse my language, done jack shit for the county.
I knew you had some fire.
I'm running to hold county government accountable. I'm running to hold our district attorney accountable. I'm running to hold our treasurer accountable. I'm running to hold every other office accountable because the conditions we have in Dauphin County Prison right now are not acceptable. They're not acceptable. I'm also the only candidate with a best friend who is currently in Dauphin County Prison.
So you can relate to this.
And when I go and visit him, he tells me of the rodents.
Yep.
He tells me about the crappy food. He tells me about
there's no room
roaches,
in there. There's
spiders,
you're sleeping on
bed
bugs
bugs
on the floor.
Bed bugs. This is not how people should
They're
be
humans.
treated.
Even though they made mistakes, they are still human.
They're human.
And what if they didn't make the mistake?
Exactly.
Well, some of us did.
So honestly, I just wanted to come down and support. I didn't want to campaign. I just want you to know that you have a countywide candidate that's here with you. And when I get in office, you all are all welcome to call me, meet with me, get my information, and see how we can make this county prison for humane.
I just walked up on it.
Because right now it's not. So thanks for allowing me to speak.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You know how they have
Yeah.
I can fix something that's broke. We first started off. Something was broke.
gotta
you gotta
dismantle
remove all the bricks and start over.
Yep. Burn it down.
If I,
I'm part of the wrecking ball.
Let him speak. Let him speak, yo.
He said, how do you fix something that is broken?
we have to tear it all down.
That's right.
We have to tear it all down. Honestly, I believe we need a new county prison, one that has rules,
Like different policies,
rehabilitation,
therapy,
effective re-entry programs. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, we will not get a better county prison as long as that one is mental health. That's just my opinion. Usually politicians don't want to say that. I'm just going to tell you my.
No,
that's what they did.
That's how they get
So
arrested. How they get
I'm going to advocate for starting a new county prison, one with different leadership that can be held accountable. Because right now, I don't want to make it a party thing, but all of county government is Republican, and they're all a club.
And that's privately owned.
And that's privately owned
And they're
too.
paying.
But you also have people working in there who are not used to, that's never been in the community. Just like you got police in communities that they don't even live in.
Right.
So like I think a lot, like you're gonna have to go down to the people you're even hiring to work in these places. Are they really getting evaluated? Because there's a lot of dark.
You're right.
Did I answer your question?
Them little problems will never fix our community problems. We think it's even like a problem like prison reform. We could fix prison reform and still have so many other goddamn problems out here as a goddamn community.
It's steps. It's steps.
You know that. You know where I'm at.
Man, you go back and forth.
Yeah, but it's like.
And the good. But the plan comes in.
Yeah, I just gotta get his car.
That's what it is.
I didn't. They're in my car. I didn't want to bring them.
Oh no, bring them. Bring them.
Write down who you are. Give me a number.
And the card that, if anyone wants to take, it actually has my personal cell phone number on there. Because I don't like someone having to call and call.
Well, do you want to just go get your car? Go get your cars and just hand them out. Yeah.
You can pass them out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, do that. We'll do that.
I'll do that information. Absolutely.
This is how you know.
We are friends. We're friends up there.
Pursuing government
Oh.
to come out here with day off
We don't hold it.
to share and express how you feel about this movie.
Like they did to use his picture under his first name, and it wasn't him. I said, nigga, call me a puller. If we gotta handle business, they ain't gonna be on this.
Right, exactly.
Call me direct. None of this.
You gotta keep this
Coming in on face.
And we gotta stay on the same page regardless of petty differences. I don't care if you're a Democrat, you're a Catholic, you're a Christian. We all have the same goal.
Come here with animosity or anger when his son's in the grave. How can anybody be mad about anything? His son's in the grave. His son was murdered in there. There's no excuse to be angry. What are you angry about? He's the only one. Terry Crowley. The one I was talking about in that video.
Not Alan Suspect.
That's his son.
That's his son.
I mean, that's his son. And he's here.
Yeah. If you're around, even if you can't stay here for the protest, come out and sign a petition with us. We just got people driving up, signing the petition. That's it. All you got to do, sign a petition. Random people just coming to sign. If you can't stay in protest and just speak your mind and voice your opinion about what's going on in our system, just come and sign a petition. As simple as that. Just a signature means more than anything.
Let's get a zoom in on these CEOs.
Yeah. Are y'all ready to do our protests since the COs and everything? Kevin, can we go ahead and walk? The COs is pulling up. That's, voice for the voiceless.
This is what I'm thinking. We're going to let them do their shift change.
That's what they're doing now. They're getting in there.
I want to engage them. Because if any of them say we threaten them or anything,
How can we threaten them when we're just saying voice for voiceless walking down the street? Okay. Okay.
they will jump on your ass and then press charges.
They want to walk. They said they're about to change shifts. They're gonna.
That's another problem. As long as we up under these codes and statutes, we ain't away from that.
Sis, yo,
Mika, get the fuck away from them.
don't engage them. Don't engage
No,
them.
fuck
Don't
no.
engage them. Stop.
See?
Run back. You can't do that shit, yo. You can't do that shit.
You can't engage them.
But you videotape him without his permission and everything. That's harassment.
Yeah, nope. Don't videotape their cars. Don't videotape them. I mean, they can hear us, they can see us.
Yeah.
But they can file a complaint then, and then try to squash us being out here.
Yeah. You ain't. That man might not want to be videotaped. You violate his constitutional. Yeah. Right.
You can't do that because you're representing. We're all representing each other. So we gotta come on. Because he just coming in.
They just follow. Because you go in there and find out why they're on lockdown, because you'll be on lockdown with them.
It wasn't emotional. Y'all reacting like that.
Yeah.
That's what makes it emotional.
All he gotta do is file a complaint.
Yeah, but the fact that videotaping him and everything like that and assault, yeah.
Because they'll lie.
You know they don't want to talk about shit.
Asking and what you said. They'll lie about it.
We can't. We really can't. And this is,
remember I told you
even the shit we're asking for right now, Nika, we're sitting here asking for answers. You feel me? Nika, we're under their jurisdiction. We have no jurisdiction.
It's all gonna come together. I know you. I feel it in you. It's gonna come together.
Let me say
we gotta do that.
Really quick. Now here's the thing, because my sister and them will tell you I've been protesting Sean Bell. If nobody know about the Sean Bell case, you might want to do history. She got the right to go up and film, but if they decline,
he didn't decline. Y'all did that. Y'all didn't even. He was actually.
Now you
yeah, and I was gonna do that. I was gonna do that, but it looked like.
Right
we're
now,
not on the same page. If I'm going and I'm being respectful, he didn't even give me an answer yet. And people behind me are like, no, like,
no,
I'm
but
like,
right
whoa.
not
if you look on the news and the media, it says
I get it.
Kevin Maxon's protest. Kevin Maxon.
Okay.
They say one of Kevin Maxon's
putting you at risk by going up and asking a question. Then maybe you got the wrong energy here. Because I'm not coming just to sit here and have. I'm like upset. My dude was in there.
I'm upset too. My son got
Thank you. So why am I not allowed to ask a question? And I don't want this to turn left because they're watching.
Listen to me, you're
They're
allowed to ask
watching.
questions.
This don't need to go left.
This ain't the forum. This ain't the forum.
We're going to get to that point.
This ain't the forum.
And I don't want to. Are they watching us?
They want to assassinate us.
We're not going to make it that. We're not.
Yeah, we're gonna get to that point. We could, you know, we just starting. We just trying to get momentum right now.
You don't have to answer to us anyway. You're gonna get to that point.
They will be asked, and they will answer.
We understand what you did, but we know what you're dealing with because we know how they think.
And my baby is in there, and I would love to walk up and take one of those guys and throw them down, put my knee in their throat.
It's like they're God. It's like they're God. We can't. I can't even.
It's gonna get addressed. It's gonna get addressed, but we're gonna do it all in the movement
Can I
way.
please say something? Can I please say something? This man is doing something good. I don't know if he's from a pan or pain, but I know he's doing the right thing. And people are hearing and people are listening. I think this is the second time, but this is my first time here. And I pay attention to everything that's going on. This man's life is on the line. Believe that or not. He's being watched. He's being seen. He's being acknowledged. They want this to happen. They're not going to take that out on you. They're going to take that out on this man. I'm here too. My son got killed by a police officer. Right beside me. Listen, by a police officer. My life too is on the line each and every day. I feel him, what he's saying. It's a time and a place for everything.
I didn't know I was being.
We understand
It's okay.
how you feel. I feel the same way. He feels the same way. We all feel the same way. That's why we're here. Let's just do it right so we can get things done. That's all. Let's just do it right.
One mistake can cost us.
I wasn't trying to.
It's fine. We understand. You're fine.
Yeah,
we're fine. You didn't. Yeah.
That's a problem with us. This ain't just
But we're tiptoeing right now. But we're coming out. We're But we see the passion coming out of you. So we're all here. We're all here together.
We've been walking on eggshells our whole lives.
Not no more.
We ain't walking on eggshells. They hear us. They hear us. They hear us. They hear us.
Even though we see
Them guys in there, they hear us. We don't want to feel them right now.
Somebody gonna want to stop.
They're going to want to see us every Saturday, whoever be's here. Once we stop coming.
Your son was killed by the police. Was he shot?
Yes. Yes, he did. I have a picture. Yes.
So I know you would feel my anger.
Yes, I do. But I'm here. I'm still standing.
Yes, you are.
It doesn't matter. They want to see us every Saturday.
it's not gonna go on her name. They're gonna come arrest Kevin. They're gonna say I did.
Now we started already. Once we stopped, then they gonna be like, yeah, we knew they wasn't gonna last long. That's what they want. Yep.
Like I don't know if I'm wrong. I didn't come here. That's our brokenness people. We're looking for somebody to lead.
Yeah, but
Instead of trying to that leader ourselves.
if you go back and look at one of his posts, he said he's not a leader. He said he's standing with us. There's no leader out here. We're here together. Yeah, he just was the voice, opening up open that portal. But he's not, being a leader. We're all leaders ourselves, and we're leading to something, to a greater cause. No, you didn't. The energy's still there. No. Your energy's being transferred, but it's in the positive way because we feel the passion coming out of you. So yeah, you all right.
If positivity got you further, Martin Luther King would be dead.
That's my point. That's my point.
None of those people would be dead. They fought for liberation of our people. They killed those people because they were.
They tried to silence the voice.
Any mistake we make, they gonna hold us accountable for it. But y'all gotta understand the things y'all do reflect upon me, just like what I do reflect upon y'all. You make one mistake, they not gonna come for y'all. They're gonna come for me. I'm gonna stay for them. They're gonna come get me. And once they get me in there, they probably gonna brutalize me. They probably gonna kill me. I know what the risk is to everything I'm doing. Y'all need to understand that. I made it up in my mind and I'm willing to take that risk because I care about my community. Don't make me no sacrificial lamb with no martyr if I don't have to. I want to live and breathe and see my kids grow as well. Don't take that from me by one decision. You gotta think as a
We should have a passport drive where everybody signs up for passports. Got to get our passports.
I got mines already.
Like we have people come to the table for voting and all of that. What if we do stuff where we have the get people to sign up for their passport?
It's the only way you even begin to get a culture or a community to where you can say, I don't want this shit in my community. You know what I mean?
I am going to talk to
even if you had what they would call a gated community. If you don't want somebody in your community, they vote them the fuck out. You know what I mean? They were, this person's acting like this. It's time to get him out of there. You know what I mean? In our communities, we don't have communities. We think we have communities. We don't have communities.
I just learned how to use Facebook.
I just wanted to say I got to get back out on the
Thank you for coming. We greatly appreciate it.
Bye, Cole. Thank you for doing what you're doing.
Yeah. All right, so what's our next move now? Yeah. Cause I got to go to my baby.
Too late. Yeah, okay.
I'll give his phone back. Kevin. Thank y'all for tuning in. Greatly appreciate y'all. Next time, come out and support. We're here every Saturday. We'll be starting it out at 10 a.m. every Saturday. We will have refreshments. Next week we'll have some fruit to keep you hydrated in that way if you don't like water, because a lot of people don't like to drink water. But, we'll have watermelon, oranges, and stuff like that to replenish your body while we're out here in this heat. Hopefully it'll be nice and cool next Saturday. But yeah, please come out and join. Like I said, if you don't come out and protest with us, just signing the petition is, still going for a greater cause.
You might even still got some of these motherfuckers that got them jail numbers.
And I would put my face on camera. Well, then again, it don't matter. I'm hot and busted, but hey, it's for a good cause.
And microphone. Hi guys. Can you sister on your own?
That's how we're going to do it.
Or we can get you
All that. Anything, every little bit.
Whew. All right, here's your phone back.
You hung up?
No.
Damn, this phone hot as hell. It's probably going to blow up. Hey, thank y'all for tuning in. I appreciate it.
The commissioner, township commissioner.
Talk to y'all later.
For this,
Peace be upon you.
Township.